You ready for some facts? Perfect, let's dive right in. Here are 50 amazing facts to blow your mind. There's such a thing as rivers in the sky. They're called atmospheric rivers. Atmospheric rivers are weather systems that move high concentrations of water vapor outside the tropics and can bring strong winds and floods. According to a new study released on February 13th, 2017 by Netflix, nearly half of streaming couples around the world have cheated on their significant other by watching a show ahead of them without their knowledge. One of the reasons that the Pentagon is so short is because of the steel shortage due to the war. The building was built primarily using 332,581 cubic meters of reinforced concrete, a lot of which was from the grounds around the Pentagon itself. When Kleenex tissues were first introduced to the public in 1924, they were intended to be used with cold cream to remove makeup and clean the face. The clean in the name represented that physical clean, and the X was tied into the company's other popular and successful product at the time, Kotex. There are snakes found in rainforests in Southeast Asia that are able to fling themselves from trees and elegantly fly through the air. They are capable of changing their body shape to generate the aerodynamic forces needed to fly. Domino's Pizza has a wedding registry where you can purchase different e-cards for some lucky couple. Some examples that they offer are a $25 gift of pizza called the post-honeymoon adjustment to real life because washing the dishes is the worst. Then there's the $15 married but chill option. I want pizza now, I'm hungry. Writer, actor, and comedian Dan Aykroyd has a form of autism called Asperger's. One of his symptoms was having an obsession with ghosts and law enforcement. This is what led to the idea of the Ghostbusters film. Famous designer Hugo Boss not only made Nazi uniforms, but he was also part of the Nazi Party. Venus is referred to as Earth's sister planet because of the number of things that it has in common with Earth. It's a terrestrial planet and also orbits within our sun's habitable zone. In ancient Greece, during the Olympics, a truce was called so that athletes and spectators could travel safely. The truce was initially there for 1 month, but in later centuries it was extended to 3. No wars were permitted and no arms could be carried. There's an annual tradition called Las Bolas de Fuego, or Balls of Fire, held every August 31st in El Salvador, where 2 groups of young people throw flaming balls of old cloth and wire that are soaked in gas at each other. This dangerous event has been happening since 1922. In 2013, Burger King tried to make its French fries healthier by introducing Satis Fries, a low-calorie alternative. But customers preferred the full-fat version, and Burger King killed off the item in 2014. 25% of US presidents lost their fathers either at a young age or in their teens from death, divorce, or abandonment. Many of them were cared for and raised by single mothers and grandparents. The Weinstefan Brewery, located in a small town just north of Munich, has been brewing beer non-stop for almost 1,000 years, withstanding 4 fires, 3 plagues, and a major earthquake. Well, somebody definitely loves beer. There are 293 different combinations to make change for $1. Green patches in potatoes indicates the presence of chlorophyll, which also means that there's a concentration of a harmful toxin called solanine. So when you see these green patches, you should cut them out entirely and discard them. Don't just be biting into raw potatoes because you're gonna get sick. Before Super Bowl 51, Zoo Atlanta and the Roger Williams Park Zoo in Providence, Rhode Island, made a bet that if their team lost, they would name a baby animal after the winning team's quarterback. Since the New England Patriots beat the Atlanta Falcons, Zoo Atlanta named a Madagascar hissing cockroach Tom Brady. In Margate, England, there's a series of underground passageways covered in millions of seashells. The Margate Grotto was discovered in 1835, but it's still unknown how old the grotto really is or who built it. The larvae of the Middle Eastern Epimus beetles socialize in killing frogs, salamanders, and other amphibians that try to eat them. They lure in their prey, encouraging them to approach, and strike with double-hooked jaws, hanging on and eating the prey alive. There's a robotic coffee brewing kiosk called Cafe X that opened in February of 2017 in downtown San Francisco. The drinks are served by barista bots, which are robotic arms designed by Mitsubishi and are the first of their kind in the United States. Zzz, I said low on the milk. No more milk! The Great Sphinx of Giza was constructed out of a single chunk of soft limestone bedrock. It stands over 20 meters high, almost 74 meters long, and over 19 meters wide. Researchers from MIT have created a new material that's actually stronger than graphene. It's 10 times stronger than steel with only 5% of its density. There is a 6,410 square meter indoor farm in Newark, New Jersey that's the world's largest indoor farm. AeroFarms are able to grow crops without soil, sunlight, and nearly no water. They use 95% less water than conventional outdoor farms. According to a study published in 2015 by a University at Albany team in the journal Analytical Chemistry, gender can now be determined from the concentration of amino acids that are found in a fingerprint. As it turns out, women have more amino acids than men. In December of 2016, the oldest known breeding wild bird, Wisdom the albatross, laid an egg at the Midway Atoll National Wildlife Refuge in Hawaii at the ripe old age of 66. In northwest Poland, there's a forest of about 400 pine trees that grow with a 90-degree bend at the base of their trunks before rising vertically again. This collection of crooked trees has been named the Crooked Forest. In California's Sierra Nevada mountains, there's a group of blind millipedes that glow in the dark. The millipedes give off a neon teal color and have a special type of protein that allows them to produce light from beneath the tough cuticle that covers their bodies. President Jimmy Carter installed 32 solar panels on the White House roof when he was president in the late 1970s. When Ronald Reagan took office in 1981, he had them removed because he thought it was a joke. Then, when President Obama moved in, he had all the solar panels reinstalled. Oranges are actually green in warm climates. Most green oranges are perfectly ripe and need no more ripening. In fact, they are actually on their way to being rotten when they're turning orange. Zoos have begun raising puppies and cheetah kittens together to help combat the cheetah's stress and focus their wild energy. Our fingers don't contain any muscles to facilitate movement. Movement, like flexing and curling our fingers, is actually made possible by specific actions of the tendons, bones, and muscles that are found in the palm of our hands. There's something called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, or the Pacific Trash Vortex, where there is a collection of garbage in the North Pacific Ocean. It spans waters from the west coast of North America all the way to Japan. It's made of tiny particles of plastic that never degrade. Venus rotates very slowly, taking over 243 Earth days to complete a single rotation. It has the slowest rotation period of any planet. Dogs can have a disorder called canine compulsive disorder, or CCD, which is characterized by excessive repetition of an action or behavior and can vary depending on the context. CCD is similar to human compulsive disorders and is likely to be a coping mechanism for when the dog sees a situation as stressful. According to a survey done in February of 2017 by Venezuela's Living Conditions, almost 75% of the population lost an average of at least 8.6 kilograms in 2016 due to a lack of proper nutrition because of the economic crisis. The Earth receives 174 petawatts of solar radiation at the upper atmosphere. 30% of that is reflected back to space, and the rest is absorbed by clouds, oceans, and land masses. Magiricophobia is the fear of cooking. I definitely have this. I stick to craft dinner. It can take many forms and is extremely common, although it is only considered a phobia when it's severe enough to interfere with daily life. Dermatoglyphia is an extremely rare genetic disorder in which people are born without fingerprints. The finger pads of people with this condition are entirely flat and don't have the arching or looping ridges of fingerprints that virtually all other humans do. There's There's a McDonald's in Marino, Italy, where you can have your meal and also check out an ancient Roman road at the same time. The road, built between the 2nd and 1st centuries BC, was discovered in 2014 when the McDonald's was being built. The road was excavated, documented, and enclosed in a gallery with a glass roof so that patrons of the restaurant can look down on it. 1 year after the Brooklyn Bridge opened in 1883, circus performer P.T. Barnum led 21 elephants across it to prove the bridge's strength. A woman from Michigan named Barbara Soper gave birth to her 3 children on 080808, 090909, and 101010 respectively. The odds of this happening are 50 million to 1. That blob of toothpaste in the shape of a wave on your toothpaste box is called a nurdle. In the tech world, the word Yahoo followed by an exclamation point stands for yet another hierarchical officious oracle. In 1994, David Filo and Jerry Yang used the term to name their internet search engine. Chess boxing is a hybrid sport combining the mental battle of chess and the physical struggle of boxing. Players have to learn how to balance their strategy on the chessboard with their plan of attack in the boxing match. The Voynich manuscript is a handwritten book of 246 pages and many illustrations in approximately 170,000 characters. But the script in the book is completely unknown and illegible, meaning that no one has ever been able to read it or decipher it. Bobby Leach was the 2nd person to ever go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. He actually survived the stunt, but died ironically 15 years later while walking down a street in Auckland, New Zealand. He slipped on an orange peel, fell down, and broke his leg. After infection set in, the leg had to be amputated and he died in surgery. Germany put the world's first hydrogen-powered zero-emission train into service in 2017. The non-electric network trains are powered using a hydrogen fuel cell and only emit steam and water. Residents of a village named Hopeman in Scotland have been posing as police officers using speed guns by arming themselves with hair dryers and reflective vests to combat speeding drivers. The Rafflesia arnoldi plant is the biggest individually produced flower in the world. It gets to be over 91 centimeters across and weighs almost 11 kilograms. Nepalese climber Pemba Dorje is a Sherpa who holds the record for the fastest ascent of Mount Everest. He climbed Everest in only 8 hours and 10 minutes in 2004. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, remember to give it a big thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications by clicking the little bell beside the subscribe button because I release new videos all the time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!